right, hey everybody, Jay and Manion here. This is peak week for the IFBB Pittsburgh Pro, and doing her 2023 road to the Pittsburgh Pro is bikini champion
Peyton Hunton.
Peyton, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
First time here in Pittsburgh?
Second time in Pittsburgh. I haven't been here since 2020. It's been a while.
Yes. That was for?
I did North Americans as an amateur, and I haven't been back since. So this is going to be my first big show of my pro career.
Yeah, so you're doing back-to-back Pittsburgh and New York, right?
Yep. So Pittsburgh this weekend, and then the following weekend will be New York Pro.
So go big or go home, right?
That's what I'm saying. If I can't hang with the big dogs, there's no point in competing.
All right. Well, listen, I'm very happy to have you here. That's a whole other story.
This is a long story.
We don't have the time for all that.
No.
No, people are going to be going, what was that all about? Well, you can ask her.
Yeah.
So when you came here, when you walked into the gym, what did you think?
It's an absolutely beautiful facility. It was like a dream come true because I never thought I'd actually be here. And so it's just like, when I started as an amateur, I never thought I was going to get to the pro league, and then to be here at the gym and to be doing an interview, like this is just like, I feel like I'm in a dream right now. So this is amazing.
That's great. All right. So you got your pro card at the USA in 21. Mm-hmm. And so here's a question that people ask me. This is a legit question. They're like, why is she competing as a pro bikini competitor whenever she works at Wet Republic?
Yeah, well, one thing that makes it nice is
that's a legit question. I'm not making that one up.
It's different. So like with people that work in the industry, like it can either completely devour you or you can find a healthy lifestyle and a balance. That's why I work at the beach clubs, because I have normal hours. I wake up super early in the morning. I can do my cardio. Plus it keeps me in shape to be in a bikini, to be able to sell bottles and do better at my job.
Which is why people are asking.
Yes. And so, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. It's really hard during the summertime though, when it's 110, 115 outside and you're going through your depletion phase. You're on no calories at all, and you're sitting there and you're like, I'm going to pass out. But the one thing that's great about Republic is that everybody's like family. So they see me, they know I'm in prep, they have my back. They're like, hey, you need to go downstairs, go sit inside the cooler for a minute, go relax. We got you.
So how long is a shift usually?
Oh, man. So we usually get there around 10 a.m. and then get off around 6:30, 7 o'clock. And I'm running nonstop in the heat the whole entire time.
In heels? In
heels. And our heels aren't little heels. They're about this big.
So bigger than the competition heels?
A lot bigger.
So you would be eye to eye with me then?
Yeah, exactly. Most guys, like whenever I'm serving them and they're about 6 foot tall, I'm only 5'1", and I'm serving guys that are about 6 foot tall, and I'm about head and, I mean, we're about the same height. Yeah. So.
All right. So the one thing that shows me is people are following you though, because they knew that. I literally had 6 people ask me that question. I said, can you ask her that? I go, yes, I will ask her that.
I mean, I've been doing it since 2016 and I love it. I mean, I'm out in the sun every single day. You're in a bikini. You're
using your sunscreen, right?
Yeah, I use my sunscreen. I haven't aged yet, thank God. But I mean, you're in such a good, happy environment because everybody's there to celebrate something. So you could be having a bad day. You come in, somebody's celebrating a bachelorette or a bachelor party, and you're just creating this incredible experience for people, and it just uplifts your spirits. So that's why I love working at the beach clubs. It's completely different. Now nightclubs, a whole nother thing.
So I'm assuming whenever they have shows like the USA and whenever they used to have the Olympia there, you'd see a lot of people on Sunday, right? At the venue.
Oh yeah. And then you can definitely tell who competed or not when they have that orange spray tan on. Yep. You see a lot of competitors out there.
Yeah. All right. So getting people to know you, how did you get into weight training?
So I've actually been an athlete my whole entire life. I've been playing softball since I was 5 years old. I played soccer my whole life. When I was in high school, I took weightlifting classes in high school so I can be better as a softball player because I played year-round softball, cheerleading, soccer, cross country. I graduated with 12 varsity letters, and then I ended up...
Jeez, you couldn't get 14?
No, I know, right?
What a letdown.
I know, jeez.
I think interview's over now.
So after that, I actually got picked up to go play softball. I got a full ride scholarship for softball. I was a catcher. And whenever I went out there, they made weightlifting just mandatory. Every single day, weightlifting at 6 a.m. It was no ifs, ands, buts, or what. And I started realizing I actually really enjoyed lifting. It was one of my favorite things. Once I gave up my scholarship a year into it because of injuries and things like that, I wanted to get into the best shape of my life after I had my knee surgery. I ended up meeting a trainer. His name was Ro. So I was like, hey, I have this beautiful physique.
Ro from Vegas?
Ro from Vegas.
Of course I know Ro.
Yeah. So
only Ro I know.
So I ended up meeting Ro, and he's the one that actually got me into bodybuilding, him and Jay Cutler. So I met him, and I had this beautiful woman's physique on my phone, and I was like, I want to look like this. I don't care what it takes, but I want to have this body. And he's like, why don't you do a bikini competition? I was like, what's a bikini competition?
You're thinking like Hooters or something,
I was thinking Hooters, bikini competition. I was like, I'm not for putting on a bikini and like, no. He's like, no, it's completely different. And so.
Well, I think we didn't say, but you are from Vegas, so that's why you would think that, right?
1,000%. I've seen plenty of bikini competitions, eating chicken wings and beer, all that kind of, it was not about that. So he ended up introducing me to Jay Cutler that day, and they started showing me bodybuilding pictures. And I was
So question, did you know who Jay Cutler was?
I did know who Jay Cutler was.
You knew he wasn't the quarterback. You know he was the bodybuilder.
Yes. Yeah. So when I met him at City Athletic, I was like, oh my God, this is a dream come true. Like I never thought I would have met him in person, let alone that he lived in Vegas. So yeah, he was like, give me 3 months and I'll get you ready for your first show. And I was like, let's do it. Why? What do I have to lose in 3 months? What's 3 months out of 95 years of my life? Nothing. Let's do it. I'll be 100% serious and see where it goes. And so that's how I ended up getting into competing.
What was your first contest?
It was the Jay Cutler Desert Classic, April 20th, 2019.
All right. You had different color hair then, didn't you?
I did. I was blonde.
I photographed it.
Yeah. So I was blonde for about 9-10 years. And then the last 2 years, I switched back to my natural color.
I think this suits you better.
Thank you.
But then again, I might be predisposed on that.
I love the brunette, and I don't know why it took me so long to get back, but I'm happy that I went back to brunette.
Well, good choice, in my opinion.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
All right, so being a catcher, so the injuries you had, was it to your legs, to your knees, or what?
Yeah, so I ended up tearing up my right knee. They had to go in, do an orthoscopic surgery. Ended up going bad. I was supposed to walk out of surgery that day, and when I went to step off the bed, I completely collapsed on the floor, and I didn't walk for 6 months.
Oh, wow. So what did they have to do?
So it was just a bunch of rehab. I couldn't see my kneecap for about 6-7 months. I was in a walker and a wheelchair. I had to relearn how to walk on that right knee and all that kind of stuff. It was a long recovery.
What was the recovery time? How long?
For me to even just like start working out or anything, I would say about 9 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was painful just to even walk around. And then for me to get back into heels took me about 1.5 years. Now I'm totally fine. Now I can train and lift and do everything that I wasn't able to do.
Well, having seen you compete since then, I could say at least you don't limp on stage.
Yeah, no. My knee honestly is, I've worked really hard to like strengthen it and get all the tendons around it really strong. So I have no issues with it from here.
So the weight training really did come in handy, right?
It did. Yeah, that, and then also with my back too, because I had back injuries from softball. So you
were a mess.
Yes, I am a mess. I am a broken mess.
But you're repaired now.
Yeah.
All right. So once you did your first contest, did you like it immediately or what?
I was obsessed. So with me being an athlete my whole entire life, I always felt, so when I got rid of my scholarship for softball, there was just this void in my heart. And I was just like, I felt so lost. I was like, what? My life was so structured. And I was always at practice. I was doing something. I had some kind of regimen. And then when I had my knee surgery for 9 months, I didn't do anything. And I was just so depressed and just so sad. And there's this void. I was like, what is going on? When I stepped on stage, and once I was going through my training regimen and my diet and everything, that void started getting filled. And I was like, that's what was missing. It was that one little key of that competition, that something to drive me every single day, to wake me up, to get me doing what I love to do. And so I fell in love with it ever since.
And here we are.
Yeah, here we are. What was it? Almost 4 or 5 years later.
So it drove you back to Pittsburgh.
Back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So like I said, I've seen you in the other pro shows. Like I remember last year, I photographed a Wasatch Warrior and Girl Power. And I have to say that I'm looking forward to the package you're bringing now because I know you're with a new trainer. Okay. Who is?
James Iotti. So I'm with Team Atlas right now.
Yeah. And this is nothing I haven't told her. I've always told her, I said, I just felt she needed something to just give her that little more push to start doing better. And that's not a knock, you know, that's just like, I'm just thinking like you won at the USA, which is huge. Okay. And then you were just kind of even after that in the pros. But I like the fact that you're going for the big shows this year.
I was really excited to switch over to James. He is such an incredible coach. I mean, he is so dedicated to every single athlete. Anytime you need him, he's back. He gets back to you within 2 seconds. He wants you to do check-ins. He made me such a better athlete this year. Like, it was a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. He makes you work hard. But that's the thing. When you think about a pro athlete, what do? What does Kobe do? What do any of the big dogs do? They train day in and day out. From the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep, there's constantly something to do. And that's what James makes you do. He makes you wake up first thing, you're doing your check-ins, you're doing your weights, you're going and doing your cardio, you're staying on track the whole entire day. But that's what makes you a better athlete. That's how you critique everything and become a more well-rounded athlete. And like with his posing too, he makes me pose every single day, 30 minutes a day, every single day, even more than that, vacuums constantly. Like, and he's on you all the time. Hey, did you do your stuff today? Like that makes a great coach because he cares so much about his athletes.
Right. And so that means, so by the time you get on stage, it's just natural for you to do it. Yeah.
It's literally, I could do it with my eyes closed and I'm like, thank God he had me train so much and practice my posing so much because now it's just coming like it's second nature.
Yeah. Well, good. I mean, and like you said, being an athlete and having an athlete's mindset gets you set for stuff like this, you know? And so do you have anything else planned after New York or are you waiting and see?
So I do have one planned. I think I'm going to be doing the Nevada Championship June 3rd. That's as far as we've gotten so far. We're not sure because this is our first 2 shows that we're going to be doing together. We want to see how my body adapts and how we peak because it's a completely different protocol than I've ever done before. He's learning my body. I'm still learning my body with the way he's doing different things. So depending after New York Pro, we're going to reassess and see if my body's tired. If it's not tired, then we're going to keep going. And we're definitely doing a lot of competitions this year.
I have a funny feeling as an athlete, it's not going to be that tired.
No, I don't think it's going to. The hardest part is always getting ready for that first show. Getting ready for the first one, trying to lose all the body fat, trying to dial everything in. After that, you kind of you're in cruise control afterwards.
Right. All right. So then I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
Okay.
So will you come back here when you qualify for the Olympia, do a road to the Olympia?
Hands down, yes. I will be here.
This year?
This year, I will be here. I promise that.
All right. You heard it right here. This year, we'll be seeing her back here in the NPC photo gym.
I just got goosebumps because it's going to happen. I'm not going to stop until we qualify. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And again, and the Nevada Champs, is it in Vegas?
It's in Vegas.
Yeah. So basically you just drive down the street.
That's why I was like, it might as well. I mean, obviously we're going to have some really big hitters that are going to be in Vegas. So it's going to be a very prestigious show as well. But you never know what can happen.
Yeah, with the amount of pros that live in Vegas.
The top pros that live in Vegas. So you never know what's going to happen, but hey, that's with every show.
Now, we spoke about Jay Cutler, but you train at another Olympia's gym, right?
Yeah. Flex Lewis. I train over at Dragon's Lair. Absolutely love Dragon's Lair. Like, it's just when you walk in, the vibe is already there. The vibe is there. Everybody is there to help encourage you. If I'm sitting there and I'm having a hard time, there's people I don't even know will walk up and I'm sitting there struggling to push my last little set and people will come up and spot me. Like, you don't see that at other gyms. And they take a lot of pride in cleaning up after themselves and that the gym is extremely immaculate. Plus, like, you get to see Flex every single day and who doesn't love Flex, you know?
Right.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah. So, All right. So while we're standing here, do you have anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to my mom and my dad. I love you guys so much. I couldn't do any of this without you guys and all your support. Also, my two girlfriends, Zakia and Evelyn. You guys have been my rock and been by my side this whole entire time. Also, James, I can't thank you enough for being such an incredible coach. Also, my sponsor, Global Formula. Jacob, you've been amazing. You and Amanda have been just incredible. And I love your guys' supplements. And also Toxic Angel, you know. We're about to have some really pretty suits this year. So I'm excited to show this one off.
All right. Is there anything else you want to add before we sign off?
I just want to wish good luck to everybody this season. I'm really excited and let's get it going.
So if you want to see Peyton version 2.0, correct? Come down this weekend to the Pittsburgh Pro. Bikini is both Friday and Saturday. Okay, so the prejudging is Friday and Saturday night is your finals. So have you done a 2-day show before?
Last time I did a 2-day show was actually USA's 2021 when I got my pro card. So this is my second time doing it. I'm excited. I kind of like doing a 2-day show. It's like you get your first day, you get your feet wet, you get the nerves out, then you get the finals the next day and you get to kick back. And I like it.
Well, good. So you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So if you can't make it in person, the live stream information is currently online. You could do that, but it is much better in person to come see it. It's a whole different look.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is when you see people in pictures and videos, it does no justice to what you see actually physically because the camera changes, it filters everything. I mean, when you see these girls in person or the men in person, it's just the most incredible bodies you've ever seen. So
you excited to see the guest posers?
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited.
All right. So J.M. Manion.
Peyton Hunton.
Signing out for NBCNewsOnline.com, and we look forward to seeing you in Pittsburgh.